Ciao Federico and ciao to all of you from Riul Doamnei. Welcome back in Romania and welcome back here in Petroșani. You are back here after 3 or 4 years, if I'm not wrong. So how are you?
Well, we are very happy to be here, and finally we did it again, because unfortunately we had to come on November 2015, but you remember what tragically happened in Collective,
Exactly.
and then we had to play with Corpiclani in Bucharest, and of course for respect and National Mourning Day they decided of course to cancel, so we waited basically to come back and restart from where we left.
Yeah, I remember the tragedy. I remember I bought a ticket to Corpiclani and as you mentioned, you were going to open their show and yeah it was sad.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, now let's start a bit to talk about the new lineup changes. Actually, Georgia and Morta left the band and you found new members. So can you tell me who they are?
Yes, of course. Here we have Elia, who is the new guitar player. And then we have here Michele, also known as Miguel.
Miguel.
And is the new keyboard player. And we are working very hard to prepare and finish the new album recording session. And basically we started again as a new band almost from the beginning, with a new approach in the music and a new mind approach, and well, we are, I guess, doing good, and we are very happy together because we are on the same wave on the same way of thinking, and well, everything is great by now. Just a busy time, and producing an album is a long process, and especially for us, because this time the sound changed a little, and we incorporated new influences, and well, we are happy with this lineup, and we hope to go on as much as possible.
You already presented a new song that you played earlier.
Yeah, we played 2 new songs from the album that we are going to finish, and basically we are this time the topic of the album will be some Romanian folk, traditional and literature topic, and well, we are curious to understand and see how people here will react, and yes, we played these 2 new songs. One is called At the Iron Gates and one is Dacia Secreta, and both are into this concept album that is kind of a different concept album, not like Fatima or Apocryphal. It's like we can say that it contains a lot of under topics from the ancient Dutch legacy and literature, and also modern topics, and I can say maybe topics that people will understand and probably will enter as a first person. Can we say that? Probably. I guess. Well, you understood.
Yeah. Actually, you are passionate by the old Romanian history, and I have a curiosity also, why did you choose the name of the band to be called Riul Doamnei, as this is a river here that has a history behind, so why did you choose this name, and Why are you so passionate by the old Romanian history?
Yeah, it's a very long story, and we must go back to my childhood because let's say that I got interested in Romanian folk tales, and when I found this tradition about Puienari castle, I got immediately like enchanted, and so I still didn't have a band at that time, but I decided myself if I will ever have a band, I will call it Riul Doamnei. That's basically how the story started.
Nice. To talk a bit, your latest EP, A Christmas Carol, which you have collaborated with Cadaveria. So how it was to collaborate with her?
Well, we played with her many concerts, I guess. I don't know how many, but so we became friends, and it was natural for us to ask her to feature this EP, and we found the perfect character for her voice, and I guess I'm sure that she did great work really, and we are very happy with it, really.
Yeah. She is very known in the Italian metal scene.
Yeah.
also
outside.
with Opera 9, and that's
Yes,
why.
she was the singer there.
Yeah.
And also I don't know if you know Necrodeath.
I know, yes, I heard about
Yeah,
them.
so the Necrodeath singer is the Cadaveria drummer, actually, Fledges.
Yeah.
So it's let's say that in Italy it's old bands like us, because we have kind of 18 years of history now, are kind of still a big family, and we help each other, we support each other, and I guess everywhere should be like that. Also, I see that here in Romania you have a great music scene, and bands support each other is very important. As you see, we played here tonight also because Aline from Gothic invited us, and we are very happy about this possibility, and finally we repaired to the last chance we had that we couldn't take.
How do you describe your music style more detailed?
Well, now I can say that we have a different approach about composing process. Let's say that we are still taking a big care of arrangements of music, but this time we are simply playing what we feel to play. We don't exclude things because that is not enough symphonic black metal, or that riff is out of topic or whatever. We just feel it, we like it, and we play it. So let's say it's more a natural approach, and with more feeling. That's the point. And we also included different influences, also because of the new members that contributed a lot to create something together with us. So let's say the new album will have a lot of new influences, and acoustic stuff, or let's say that on some levels is less symphonic and orchestral and more emotional, but we still have some orchestral and brutal, maybe more death metal, and at the same time more black metal in a old school way.
It's more guitar driven kind of album. It's not the whole orchestra and
like Fatima, for example, it was
exactly.
We had a different approach because on Apocryphal, for example, we started from keyboards ideas, then we moved to Fatima and we combined guitars ideas and keyboards ideas, and then this time we are doing in a different way. Yes, more guitar driven maybe, but there's still a lot of space for orchestration, of course, and these new influences may be more ethnic, and you will hear it. We listen to them. We hope soon, as soon as possible.
Hearing you live, I could hear influences from Dimmu Borgir and also Catamania. So, can you agree with me, kind of?
Well, about Dimmu Borgir, I can say that if you played symphonic black metal in the past, or you are still playing, or whatever, you will have always this big shadow behind your shoulder. That's impossible to, because in the past they were a big influence. I guess from years already we tried to get out from this shadow, and I can say, for example, I do not even listen so much metal now, not because I don't like it or I got sick about it, but because I prefer to listen to old school music, and it's like the more I grow older, the more I go back in time with music, and I can say I do not listen to Dimmu Borgir, I guess from 2007, or it's just I don't even know if they are still together.
They are.
Oh, they are nice.
And soon a new
Great.
album.
Yeah.
To keep you updated. Yeah. You allow.
No, sorry, about Catamania. You
Yeah.
said. Well, I'm not. They are not into my.
Hat.
Yeah. So I don't know if agree or not, but you are a listener and I am the musician, so I also trust people ideas and thought.
Yeah. Was my opinion and what I heard. Along the years, you have shared the stage with bands like Flesh God, Apocalypse, Antichrist, Arturus, and many others. So, which was your favorite band to share the stage with?
Very hard question. Well, maybe I can say about my feelings. Maybe Antichrist. I mean, also because of friendship matter. They helped us a lot in the past. We had 2 tours with them and many other gigs and festivals, and yeah, we are really. They are in our heart, really. What music? I don't know. I could say Behemoth, probably. Well, Arcturus helped me. Una band cui ci è piaciuto.
Sì, sì.
It's a hard question, really.
Yeah.
Well, Creator also.
only Rotting Christ.
Yeah, probably. Also Vader, but it's also about a matter of experiences together. So when you are on tour, you share the same places, restaurants and accommodation, and sometimes you get in friendship, and this time I can say that when you get into friendship with some band, there is also a matter of feelings, not just about how you like their music. So I guess I could say Rotting Christ as well. Probably.
Yeah. I hope that I will see you also in November in Bucharest at Metal Gaze Festival. Well, hope I will be there to see you again.
Well, I can say can I change my previous answer? I guess that for me personally, best band to play with would be Primordial, because they're kind of my favorite band, really. But it's a personal opinion, and we still didn't. So.
Yeah. As you are a band from Italy, lately I have discovered a lot of Italian bands. Most of them are great, same as you. So how do you see nowadays the Italian metal scene, and how is Riul Doamnei placed at the moment in the Italian metal scene?
Well, hard question, because the live scene is kind of dying in Italy. So festivals are struggling to go on with new editions, and people are not going out so much to the gigs. It's kind of difficult to go on with live concerts, because this new social media music approach to music is kind of disgusting to me, because in the end the prophecy of the live camera is becoming truth. So unfortunately, and probably in the next years, we will have more of these streaming concert, and people will join them virtually, and this is very sad, and this is the quickest way to kill the scene. So people complain there's a few concerts, but they also don't go, so they complain just to complain.
I think it's a difficult topic, and I wonder why bands say that in Italy the metal scene is not that good. I heard it before, and I'm a bit, I don't know how to say, I don't believe, kind of, but
I mean, we have great bands, for sure. I'm not saying that we don't have good band, or band good enough to challenge with European or American scene or whatever. But I'm saying just that people is not listening so much to metal now, because everyone grew up, people from my generation now got married, got children, and of course they kind of left the live scene, and I don't see so much young people that took their place. That's the problem. Young people is just interested in spinning their fucking fidget and stupid stuff, it's kind of sad, but
If I can say something, I think that a lot of people now only want to see how fast you can play guitar, how fast you can play drums, instead of looking for new music, instead of looking for new melodies, something new actually.
Yeah.
You only see copycats everywhere, like copycats
Exactly.
of Meshuggah, copycats of bands that added something, but they have their own style, and you see a lot of bands copying their style without adding something new actually.
Yeah.
So you see many people going to concert and say, hey, look how fast this guy plays guitar. I don't give a fuck basically.
look at the drummer, but in the end you don't have any fucking feeling. It's just everything became cold. Also about the sound.
I can say from a guitarist point of view, you see a lot of people playing fast riff, fast solos, without any musicality in it. There is no music actually. It's just a challenge between people and see how fast I can go
Between
with
single musicians.
guitar actually.
Yeah, who is better?
It's pretty sad actually. You don't hear new music. That's why for me, in my opinion, I think from my point of view, there is no so much people going to concert because they go on YouTube, they see the fastest player on the planet, and
Yeah.
that's it. That's
And
it, and that stops music actually. You can't
Yeah.
hear something new because you only watch people going faster than you, shit like that. So it makes me
They
mad
say that
actually.
the people is more interested in technique than feeling and heart. I mean, everything
Yeah.
is cold, and the sound also on the stage is cold because it is made out of a plugin. You know, there is this new. Well, they are not really new, but now they became like trendy. This electronic device, they are not using any more valve amp, like you know, that give you that
It doesn't matter how you play. It only matters
what device
with
you use.
what device you use. It's
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say actually about it. It's a fucking nightmare.
It's fucking sad and cold that the sound bands now sound like
Everybody sounds the same actually.
like their album, like they try to
To be perfect.
yeah
They
like,
all basically sound the same. You don't hear any mistakes in the playing, so you don't hear the human part of the music actually. If I listen to the music by computer on YouTube, it's the same fucking thing actually. If I
Yeah.
go to a concert, I want to see people
Yeah, doing
playing
also
with
something
their art,
creative.
with passion. I want to see
singer out
mistakes.
of tune like it should be, not always, but you know, we are all humans, and now music is more like for machines, not for human. Like you wear a machine and you play like without feeling. That's our point. Also, I consider this topic already from years, and that's very sad to me. That's why I'm going back in time, listening more old stuff than newer stuff.
I'm kind of the same. I'm younger than you, and sometimes I still prefer to listen the old stuff. I begin to listen to metal, and I kind of don't want to try new bands because some of them sounds too modern, and I kind of don't understand this modern metal. Sometimes pisses me off.
Really, I don't want to give out any name because we don't need to do that. But you know, let's say that I saw many bands like playing with the same exact sound of the album because everything is made through this new plug-in device and whatever, and that's I don't like that. I don't like this approach. Also on the album, because you know, everyone can make an album now. Home recording studio, you have plugin, you don't even need to record. You don't need even to have a drummer, a physical drummer to record. That's
Exactly.
and everything sounds like cold, like a writing machine device.
That is cool maybe for a demo, for something you have to develop in some ways. But at the end, you have to
Consider the feeling.
consider the feeling, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe this is a necessary path that will lead us to rediscover what metal is in reality.
And
is,
was.
yeah, that's why we listen to old school metal actually. Maybe all these plugins and shit and perfection actually
Is killing metal.
is killing metal, but on the other side, maybe it's just a necessary path that will bring us to rediscover what metal is
Should
about.
be.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe in the future, in 20 years, I don't know,
The real
we will
attitude,
have the same energy that we feel when we listen to Battery, Celtic Frost, old school metal actually. That it is a real metal, energy, feelings, mistakes, and bad sounds and
we are-
noise.
we are-
actually.
Of course, we are growing older, and there's kind of a nostalgia for
Yeah.
everyone to